Stability or freedom? The housing decision. This house once represented stability, but now is it becoming my cage? I'm standing at another threshold, and whereas this house once was a stable place for me, that was the identity of the past. The question is it still serving me and the man that I'm becoming? The biggest question is, what do we do with a life that we once had, that we have once built and have since outgrown? That's what I aim to discuss here. This house I bought back in 2012, and at the time I had been posted to Kingston through the military, and I was looking for primary residence and to be able to make a bit of money on the side. So I got a house that needed a basement renovation and had 3 bedrooms. I rented out the spare bedrooms to my work colleagues, and that system worked well for a number of years. I worked on the basement during my holidays and days off, and I collected rent from month to month. Then, as my time with the military came to an end, I started renting out to new clientele, to university students. And by that time, I had finished the basement. So all 3 bedrooms upstairs were rented, plus I was living and doing the finishing touches to the basement unit. This was also around the time as I was looking for my next career out of the military and fell into real estate investing as a landlord. So me and my business partner renovated and rented out a total of 6 additional units with 20 other tenants. And this was the heyday of real estate. This was all prior to COVID. And then after COVID is when we started winding down the enterprise, and I started treating the house as just a single family house. I didn't rent out any of the rooms. I was just enjoying it with me and my partner at the time. Then it transformed into just me and being my safe haven, my safe harbor, if you will. Now I ask myself, is this safe harbor keeping me stable, or is it keeping me stuck in the old pattern? And so I have to put it through the framework. Do I keep it? Do I transform it? Or do I retire it? And that's the next big question. So if I keep it, that means I have my stable base, and predictability is pretty standard. However, I may be doing some of that out of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of not having that stable space, not thinking that I would find one, and not growing. This is a great opportunity to take note of the times in our lives that the exterior environment doesn't align with our interior motive. So right now I'm trying to record something. There's a loud engine. I could try and fight it. I could get upset with it, or we could just take a breath. And so that's what I like to do in times like that. You just breathe deeply in for 4 count and release for an 8 count. And you can just repeat that until you find yourself fully grounded in what you're doing. Now, back to our keep it, transform it, or retire it. Our second option would be to transform it. And there's 2 ways I could do that. I could transform it to be in line with my business direction, potentially have it as a retreat center, or a work-centric location, or I could transform it into a full-time rental, rent the entire unit out. However, both of these, I'm also taking on more responsibilities and also potentially coming from a place of fear of financial security and trying to make an asset produce income for me. Our last option is retire. And retire it would mean doing some final patchwork on it, putting it on the housing market, up for sale, saying goodbye to that chapter. Again, what do we do when the life that we built no longer supports the person that we're becoming? You either keep that element, you transform that element, or you retire that element. And this is a framework you can use for more than just a housing decision. And we will be coming back to this concept in frequent subsequent videos. For me, I also ask, what am I doing out of fear? What are the options that I'm choosing solely from fear? So, as I've mentioned, either keeping it or transforming it have elements of fear that are baked into it. Retiring it is the only option that doesn't arise out of fear. Fear arises out of retiring it, but retiring it doesn't arise out of fear. So, put plainly, I don't feel any fear pushing me to sell the house, but selling the house creates a fear response within me. I go into a lack mindset and scarcity mindset. What if I don't find a stable place? What if I'm not as comfortable in this new place? What if I would have got a better return if I didn't sell the house? What if I could be even more financially free if I had rented the house out? And I think that is an indicator of the way to go for me, because this decision isn't being propelled from fear. When we do things that push our growth and push us into our rebuilding, sometimes there's some fear at the beginning, fear of failing. A lot of times there's fear of success. What if I succeed? And that we don't always bring to mind, but it's there in the background. What if selling this house means that I live the lifestyle that I dream of? Am I ready for it? Am I that person yet? Right? And those also merit some thinking. So again, what do we do when the life that we've built does not support the person that we are or the person that we're becoming. We can keep it, we can transform it, or we retire it. And that's how we move out from our liminal space into the next chapter. This house is very much in that liminal space with me. It represents the person that I was, the activities that I did, and it's not representative of the person that I aim to be. So it's right there in that liminal space, and I'll be making this decision to support my new direction. As always, if you found this content useful, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Until then, enjoy yourself, stay safe, and be well.